Well, Pastor Pat may have said that the ramp up started a couple sauces ago. This is where I think the ramp up really starts. Boy. So take a bite of the torchbearer.
This is covered. Are you kidding?
Headless horseradish sauce here.
Oh boy.
Find a nice saucy bite.
It's very saucy. The whole thing is very saucy. Are you kidding me?
Yes.
Bud, this is terrible.
Bud, you don't like it?
No, not even a little bit.
Well, Jerrod.
Joe, are we gonna get that ice cream anytime soon?
No way, no ice cream.
Are you kidding me?
Ice cream's for winners.
Oh boy.
You haven't won yet.
Oh
so,
my goodness.
Anyone,
why did I touch that?
Anyone who has children knows that students, young and old, kids, they're very accident prone. And you have worked with either children or students, high schoolers, for most of your adult life now. What are some of the worst accidents that you have either personally seen or maybe narrowly avoided because you prevented them?
Sure. One of the more recent ones, actually, I'll start with that one, was someone came running up to me, maybe a year or two ago and said, Jerrod, there's a kid in the gym, he injured his foot and he is bleeding all over the gym. And I was like, oh my. No. I am booking it, running to the gym, when I got there, expecting to see like an amputated foot or something like that. The news as it came to me was fairly dramatic. And I got there. There was very little blood. Granted, they could have cleaned some of it up. And the kid basically had like a stub toe. So luckily,
all over the gym.
Luckily, there was not a ton of blood, but nevertheless, there was an injury there. Another time, the other two that I have happened at camp. One of them was, I actually wasn't like right up close and personal to this one, but I was off in the distance a little bit, and it was at camp down at the docks. There were people jumping off the diving board, and one girl decided to do a flip, which is why they tell you not to do flips. And she jumps up and comes down and lands and smacks her head on the board as she's going down into the water.
Whoa.
And I probably shouldn't laugh. It was pretty terrifying. But so lifeguard jumps in, pulls her out, obviously head wounds, blood everywhere. They call the ambulance. She gets a trip to the hospital and lots of stitches. And that was pretty scary.
Woof.
Pretty scary stuff. But probably the most dramatic one that I personally was involved with was I had shown up to camp early. We're doing counselor training, and we were done with the day with our training and stuff. We're out on the docks hanging out. Apparently don't hang out on the docks very much. And we're just screwing around, and we didn't really know each other very much, and so they were kind of just goofing around, pushing each other, and one guy shoves the tallest counselor into the water. Now you might think...
You weren't the tallest counselor?
I was the tallest counselor. But no, there was a guy who was a solid 3 to 4 inches tall. He was like 6'8".
Bud.
6'9". I mean, he was tall. And not as scrawny as me. So he's a big dude. And he got thrown into the water. We had no clue that he did not know how to swim. So, so he comes up gasping for air and basically dying, kind of like me right now, just dying.
Gasping for air.
Gasping for air. Oh, man. And I jump in after him like a rookie. I had done some lifeguard training, knew I probably shouldn't do this, but jump in after him, and he just grabs me and pulls me down with him, shoving me down to the bottom, just trying to keep himself afloat. Luckily, someone else was nearby, and I think like threw a life jacket or something toward him, and everything was fine. But that was a terrifying moment in my life of just like, oh my.
Someone's about to drown.
This guy's gonna drown,
Yeah.
and he's taking me down with him.
Oh my.
Because I probably shouldn't have jumped in with him. So
Probably shouldn't have, bud.
yeah, that's my story of accidents. I probably have a few others, but we'll leave it at that.
Well, these wings, after what they do to your insides, there may be some accidents that happen after this.
Oh boy, I can feel it in my intestines already.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
just wreaking havoc. Everyone's been bringing their
ever-
secret sauce. I brought some Mylanta.
Mylanta.
Yep. I don't know. It's for antacid and